Hey, how's it going everybody? This is Visual Intelligence and welcome back to another amazing graphics tutorial. So in this tutorial we'll be using Cinema 4D to create this kind of low poly text effect that I found on this dude's blog or portfolio site or whatever. His name is Hand or whatever. Check him out if you wanna see his work. I also found this. And those are basically sent to me by a fan on Facebook. So I thought I might do a tutorial on that since he already acts. So I went ahead and tried this effect, and this is what I came up with. You know, it's not similar, but I found it really cool anyway. So before we start, I actually want to apologize for not uploading much lately. Basically, I had a lot to do, and I had exams and other stuff going on, so sorry for that. And hopefully I'll be back to uploading a lot more. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to File, New, create a new document. I have my grid turned on. If you want to turn it off, if you want to go and turn it off, you can go to Filter and then uncheck Grid, and this will get rid of it for you if you want to. So what we want to do is we want to go to MoGraph and add a MoText object. You can go ahead and change the text to whatever you want. I'm going to just change it to text in caps, just so I can show you that you can actually change it. We want to change the alignment to middle, and we want to change the font to something that looks a little bit thick. I'm going to be using a font called Big John. It's totally free on Behance. You can check it out. I'm gonna be putting a link to that on the description. So before you start any tutorial actually of mine, make sure to check out the description and download every link you find actually. So alright, so now what we want to do is we want to deform it and make it look a little bit low polish looking, whatever. So what you would approach it is you just hit a displacer and then just put it as a child, and then when you go to displacer you can go and add a noise, and you can really crank that noise up, but you can see we can't really reach that effect using just a text. We really need more subdivision to our text layer. So let's go ahead and turn off the displacer. Let's go back to our text layer and let's increase the subdivision. And by the way, I just hit display and garage shading lines. We want to see the lines so we can see our polygons basically. So yeah, we want to change the subdivision to something like 5, and also I changed the depth to something like 50. Really doesn't matter, let's do 50 so we can keep it nice and uniform. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We want to change the intermediate point to uniform, and really crank that number a little bit down. Maybe 5 will be enough for our purposes. Yeah, that looks great. We really want to have some really nice squares. That's all what we want. So let's go to caps and change the type to quadrangles or whatever, and let's hit regular grid, and this will create a nice mesh for us. So you can see we have a lot more subdivision into our text, which is always great. So let's go ahead and hit displacer back and see how that looks. You can see we got our displacing and it's looking pretty good, and it still really is editable, so you can go ahead and change the text anytime you want. What you want to do though is you want to remove the funk tags since it's low poly and we don't really want some smoothing in our text at all. So yeah, go back to your deformer menu and let's hit polygon reduction object. Let's drag it into your text as a child of your text. You can see that it is a child. We want it to be a second child, so the hierarchy does matter. So yeah, make sure it is after the displacer object. So let's go back to our polygon reduction. Maybe we want to decrease the reduction strength to something like 60 or 70. Looks pretty good. You can see we have a little bit of lag in, and that's because a lot of deformers and stuff. That is looking pretty good. If we hit render now, it's gonna be looking a little bit crappy, and that's basically because we didn't do any lighting. A really cool way to light up a low poly scene is to just go to your environment menu. You want to add a physical sky, and it will make it look a little bit better already. You can see that. You can go to your render settings, add a nice ambient occlusion and a nice global illumination. What you want to do in your global illumination settings is you want to go to your secondary method, go with QMC. We want to, for the diffuse depth, you can crank that up if you want, but I'm gonna be just using 2 since it's more than enough. Gamma, we want 2.2 or 1.8 if you are on the Mac. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to change these samples to low. Go to radius cache and change the density to low. This is just for the sake of this tutorial, but you want to go ahead and make it medium or even high if you want, and this will make it look great. We want 1280 by 720p, or you can do full HD. I just want to get that nice 16:9 ratio, so that's what I choose that for. Let's grab a nice angle. What I did also was I got a nice camera, so let's hit and create a camera, and what I did was I changed the focal length to about 20, and this will make things look a little bigger, a little nicer. I like that fish eye look, so let's go ahead and hit render and see how that looks. By the way, I hit this square on the camera so I can see through it. So yeah, so what we want now is we want some texture as well as some lines. As you can see right here, you can see we have those nice lines. So a way to do that is you want to go to your Motex, you want to go and create an instance of it. So let's click on instance, and this will create a nice instance for us. We want to go and add an atom array, and we want to drag and drop the text under the atom array object, and this will create this kind of mesh for us, which we don't really want. We just want really nice and subtle lines. So let's go 0.3 for both radiuses, and we want like 2 subdivisions. Really, we just want to see them, that they exist, that's all. So yeah, let's go ahead and render that out and see how that will look. Hopefully that looks great. I don't want this tutorial to take that long, and yeah, that is looking really awesome. If you want to if you really like this effect, it's really looking pretty good already. You can skip the rest of the tutorial, and you can get this really cool effect, but I'm gonna be showing you how to do this kind of lighting and background and stuff, so make sure to stick around if you want to learn that as well. So what I want to do now is I want to add some nice background. So let's go ahead and add a nice plain object. We want it to look to us, so let's change the orientation to +Z. Let's make sure it fills the whole camera. Let's change the height a little bit. Yeah, that is looking pretty good. Let's go to your coordinates and decrease the Z a little bit until it's really beyond us. Change the width to fill our whole thing, and yeah, let's grab both of our deformers on our text, and let's hit Control and drag them onto our plane, so it'll duplicate them put them as a child of the plane, and this will apply the same effect on our plane, which is what we want basically. So let's hit render and see how that looks. And we didn't do any textures for now, so let's go ahead and prepare some textures. But first let's see how that looks already. As you can see, we can see really the edges and that low poly look, and that's because of our func tag. So make sure to get rid of every single func tag when you're doing low poly style. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. Yep, definitely looking better already. You can even crank the displacement a little bit more so you can get a nicer low poly look. Or what you can also do is you can go to your displacer, go to shading, go to your shader basically, and just change the seed a little bit, and get whatever pattern you are comfortable with. Maybe we want to, that's looking pretty good. I already care about the pattern. So yeah, what we want to do also is we want to right click on your plane, go to Cinema 4D Text Compositing, and we don't want the plane to cast the shadows. We just want it to be a nice background for us. So let's go ahead and double click on our materials panel. Let's go and uncheck the specular, go and add some gradient, and let's change the type to 2D circular, and change the shading to, let's change the colors to something like nice cyan to a cool deep blue color, and that's looking pretty good in my opinion. You can even change that, or you can just go ahead and change it in Photoshop or whatever. Let's go ahead and hit render once more and see how that looks. Hopefully we won't do a lot of rendering. I really don't want this to take a lot of time. I guess that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Thank you guys a lot for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.